Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing very well. As some of you may know, I do a series on this channel called In the Studio, where I go over various production tips, tricks, techniques, tutorials, etc. But what I haven't done yet is do a full start to finish course. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a track from start to finish and invite you along the way with me. So over the next however many videos, uploads it takes, I'll be, making a track from scratch here on this channel. So let's get into it. A while back, I made a bell ARP sound, and I want to try and use that as the initial idea, the initial kind of melodic theme to start this track. So here's what it sounds like. So you get the idea there. I do have a couple different variations of this, which I bounced out, so I have some options in the arrangement as we move forward. So I have one that's just an octave down. Okay, then I have another one where we have a key change that happens halfway through. Okay, then I have some others with some modulation. So this one has kind of like a crazy pitch modulation on it. So you hear that pitch modulation creeping in there, and it gets a little bit crazier as the sample goes on. And then this one has just some more extreme filter automation. And I just bounced out these different versions of this, so I have some variation to play around with in the arrangement. So now I just want to show you how I made this little bell. So here we go. Let's just mute those, and I made this with 3x OSC. So we'll just grab that really quick and put this in the mixer. Okay. And turn it down a little bit for now. And let's just put a simple pattern down. Okay. So what I wanted to do with this is create a polyrhythm. So this is going to be looping over 3 beats rather than 1 bar. And that's why I have it looped over 9 bars here. Okay, so let's put in the basic notes. Actually, first, I just used, it sounds really simple here. Oscillator 1 is a saw wave, and then oscillator 2 is a sine wave. Yeah, that is 1 octave below. And then oscillator 3, I'm just going to turn off for now. I'm not going to be using that one. So I'm just going to turn on this filter. Okay, so let's just put in the MIDI notes really quick. So it was a basic pattern using like 8th notes, and it was C, G, C, and then G again, or D sharp, and then G. I believe that's what it was. Yeah. Okay. So we have that basic pattern there. And let's go ahead and just dial the envelope in a little bit. So we'll just bring this attack right in. We don't need the hold. Something like that. So we already kind of have that bell type of sound already. And then I gave it a filter envelope as well. So I think I actually used this low pass times 2 here, which is just a steeper slope. Let's see here. So we'll turn the amount up, turn the attack in. I don't know, something like that. Yeah. Cool. So then I started to process it now that I have a basic bell sound. I mean, really, really simple as far as the actual sound is concerned. Okay. So I think the first thing I did, it might not sound exactly, because I did make that a while ago, but we'll get close and you'll see the process of it for sure. So I think I used some distortion, so we'll give it a little distortion here. So just by kicking up the resonance on this driver, you get a nice bit of distortion, but it does add quite a bit of gain, so I'm going to pull that back a little bit. Just adding some harmonics there, giving it a little bit of distortion, and then we have some delay. So we'll go with the, where are you? The replica is one of my favorite delays to use. So I believe it was normal. Yeah, I think that was the groove there. So I'm going to saturate this quite a bit, excuse me. Do a basic low and high cut here, and then I'm just going to give it some modulation with a filter. And you can play with like the resonance amount here. So I think I'm just going to give it a little bit of a resonance bump, but not this extreme one. And get a little bit of movement on the sound with this filter modulation. So we'll just pull back the depth a little bit and dial it in somewhere here. Yeah. Okay. And then I'm just going to EQ this. I'll take out some of those lows that I don't need. Now, I'm actually just going to grab span here and let's have a look at something. I think that the sine wave is too loud. So I'm just going to turn that down. There we go. It's just poking out too much, and I think that would cause some issues down the line. And I think I did that with the original sound. You know, you could see if we have it back up. Yeah. Just gonna dial that back so we get a more kind of even frequency response here out of the sound, so we don't have that sine wave resonating and poking out too much. Just kind of keep that a little bit more lower in the mix there. Okay, and then let's add some reverb to this. That desperately needs some reverb. So just going to use this little space mod, and we'll go somewhere about here. This is a nice kind of lush, as the preset suggests, reverb, which is be perfect for something like this. Yeah. Cool. And then the next thing I'm going to do is just give it a little bit of a subtle flutter effect with the tremolator. Let's just modulate the volume slightly just to give it a little bit of extra spice. So I think I'll probably go with a 16th note, and I'll turn the depth up quite high while I'm kind of dialing it in, and then I'll just push the depth way down because I just want it to be subtle. But for now, I'll keep it extreme so I can hear what I'm doing. Something like that. Even though that's just really subtle, I just think it just gives the sound a little bit more something. Even though it's really just super subtle. I'm gonna leave that on there, mixed really low. Okay, and then I'm gonna add some more delay here. So we'll go with one of my other favorite delays. We'll go with the H delay. If it will load. Oh, the joys. The joys of plugins not loading. There we go. Okay, so we're gonna go H delay and turn the analog off. I don't need that. It just adds noise, which I'm not interested in right now. Okay, so for this one, let's see the replica. Yeah, I just used on the normal mode here. So this one will add ping pong, so we get a little bit of a stereo effect going on. And let's hear this. I think it was, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was an eighth note. And then I use the modulation here to create, in one of the versions that I showed you, where we have the pitch modulation happening. This is what I use to create that. So. Yeah, I just automated the depth there. Okay, so there's the basic sound, and then I did do like some basic automation as well. So I think what I did was took the filter and just automated that. So we can do that really quick. We'll just go to a new pattern and we'll just record. Now it's an automation. Okay, then we have some filter automation there. And what we'll do is just edit this, and we'll go to Tools, or no, what is it? Edit, turn into Automation Clip, hit Accept, and we have an automation clip for that. And we can do some basic adjustments here if we need to. Oops. Extend this out. Oops, don't want to do that. Don't want to do that. So yeah, just some basic automation with this. Maybe match the end. So I did something like that. Just to add a little bit of movement to it. And then I did something similar with the decay of the filter envelope. So for this one, I'll just create an automation clip instead of automating it by hand. I mean, you could do either way, but we'll just do it this way. And we'll just add a little bit of movement to the decay. There you go. There is the basic sound. And then I just recorded that to audio. And then I did a few different versions. As I mentioned, I did one where I automated the H delay pitch. I did one where I just kind of left it as is. I did one octave down. And then on the key change one, all I did was moved these G notes up to the G sharp. So. Yeah, like that. I did make some like subtle variation to the velocities here. So there you go. That's how I made the bell arp with 3x OSC and just some basic processing. And we will stop the track build for now, and we'll pick it up in the next one. So yeah, we'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.